Hey, this is draffet. This is at the store. I'm gonna get a little close so you can see the band-aid. You know, fly sutures, whatever they are. So you understand, this is from the metaphor surgery. Alright, 2 weeks ago I got diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Since about Easter we knew that I might have had lymphoma, but we weren't sure till biopsies, which I've had lots of tests, which is commonplace when you get diagnosed with some form of cancer. So that's the title, the draffet store, special one-shot, cancer. But I debated on, once I found out about videoing the whole process and showing people, you know how to go through, cancer treatments and all that. But I found, with everything that's going on, as much as I'd like to show, how to go through this, it's a little too intrusive for me and my family. It's a hard disease to deal with, to explain and try to go through your daily life, no matter what type it is. Nowadays you can't, go flick a stone like this without hitting somebody that's been, impacted by it. They're always doing, cancer runs and everything. I mean, I can go over my personal beliefs on cancer research and and all that, but it's a disease that we as humans, and I know this is going to sound crude and cruel, we deserve. Now, what I mean by that is, and if it infuriates people, it's not my, what my intent. It's the fact that we have not questioned or forcefully told, corporations to watch what they do. Okay, you've got all sorts of stories, from the Aaron Brockovich to the incident at the beginning of the year with the town in West Virginia. We have so much environmental, and I mean, I'm not even going into the genetic factor. We have so many environmental problems that ends up causing it, increasing the amount over, say, back in the 40s or 50s, or before that. I mean, where maybe once in a while, when it was consumption, you'd find somebody that had it. We don't question what our food actually is, or what's in our food. How clean our actual water is and how it'll affect us. Because in the genetic scheme of this, just because one chemical doesn't affect somebody doesn't mean that it won't affect somebody else, or how another person's genetic makeup will deal with it. Some people Vicodin, they take it for pain and they get off of it. Other people, they get addicted to it. And that's the same way with this. You have no idea how the environmental, your water conditions, soil conditions, air conditions, food conditions, will impact you. I was hoping I would never have to get this, but unfortunately I did. And in my personal life, I'm probably number 7 or 8 in both sides of my family that I'm aware of that have gotten it. And well, say the last 25 years. My mom died from a grandparent. Two of my grandparents died from it. At least two great uncles. A couple second cousins. My wife's, her family, it's dramatically affected them. So it's once you find out about it, it's how you go about dealing with it that shows how strong you are as a human being. Because it is the illness that will make a strong man cry. But still, you have to, learn to accept and deal and tolerate it until, and I'm not going to use the term survive because I hate that when dealing with this illness. I prefer, how you get past it. Because it's like any other illness. You have to get past it. But it's also, on one end, like I said, I'm not trying to get on my personal beliefs, but on one end, it's a money-making thing. For big business, for pharmaceutical, for the medical community. But on the other end, it's something that we probably could have changed by paying more attention to ourselves, and our surroundings, our air, our water, causing people to, and when I mean people, I mean corporations to take responsibility for what they've done, and not just, willy-nilly, hey, we put in the water, okay. But, I'm sorry, this is really, as much of a facade as I put on, it really does bother me for so many reasons. But as getting back to it, as people, we have to take responsibility for our own treatment. We can't let the pharmaceutical company, doctors, insurance companies steamroller us into specific treatments. You have to look at every option for you. Find out what's best for you as an individual. Ask, is there holistic approaches that can help? Changing my diet, will it help? Are chemo and radiation therapy the only treatments? What are they doing in Europe? What are they doing in Asia? And find something. It won't matter if the FDA says no. Find something that'll help you get past it and live longer. Hopefully get rid of it. And when anybody says, well, that's not the case. No. You can get rid of it. You just have to find out what approach works for you and your body to do it. And anybody says otherwise, calls me a liar or tells me I'm wrong, something. There's people gone 10 years without, ever having another case of going back to the doctor to say, hey, I got it again. When other people do chemo and radiation treatments, 2 years later, the doctor tells them they're in remission and they're back in there. So why is it these people that did this other thing aren't having an issue, while these people that are taking chemo and radiation treatments, and it keeps coming back. You have to look at every option. And I'm stammering, and I wholeheartedly apologize this because it is really, really, really hard to deal with. And in so many ways, but from the fact that I'm a father of 2 young kids, trying to have my wife deal with it. You know, trying to have her explain to my kids about it. My nieces and nephews, you know, friends of mine. But with that, this is Draffet, and this has been Draffet Store. Have fun.